On the distant planet of Oruna, a team of human explorers discovered a creature unlike anything they had ever seen. It was enormous, with sharp scales that shimmered in the light and eyes that glowed a deep, fiery red. The creature, which they later named the Krelok, was known by the local inhabitants as the Guardian of the Abyss. It was feared across the planet for its immense power and its ability to destroy anything in its path. Despite its terrifying reputation, the human explorers were fascinated by the Krelok. Dr. Elena Carter, the team's lead xenobiologist, was particularly interested in understanding the creature's behavior. She noticed that while the Krelok was aggressive, it only attacked when it felt threatened. This observation led her to believe that the Krelok might not be the mindless monster the locals thought it was. Dr. Elena Carter knew that approaching the Krelok was a risky idea, but she believed it was the only way to understand the creature. She spent days preparing for the moment. She observed the Krelok from a distance, learning its habits, what it ate, and how it reacted to its surroundings. The creature was always alert, its glowing red eyes scanning the area for any signs of danger. Finally, the day came when Dr. Carter decided to approach the Krelok. She moved slowly, step by step, making sure not to make any sudden movements. The rest of the team watched from a safe distance, their hearts pounding with fear and anticipation. As Dr. Carter got closer, the Krelok turned its massive head to look at her. Its eyes locked onto hers, but it did not move. It simply watched, as if trying to understand what she was doing. Dr. Carter knew she had to show the Krelok that she was not a threat. She had brought a piece of food with her, something she had seen the Krelok eating in the wild. Holding the food in her hand, she slowly extended it towards the creature. The Krelok sniffed the air, its nostrils flaring. It hesitated for a moment, then slowly moved its head closer to her hand. Dr. Carter felt a wave of relief wash over her. She took a step back, giving the Krelok space to eat. The creature chewed slowly, its eyes never leaving her. Dr. Carter knew this was only the beginning, but it was a good start. She had made contact with the Krelok, and it had not attacked. This was a sign that maybe, just maybe, the Krelok could be more than just a wild beast. After the encounter, Dr. Carter returned to the team. They were amazed at what had just happened. No one had ever gotten so close to the Krelok without being harmed. Dr. Carter explained that the key was to show respect and to understand the creature's behavior. She was determined to continue her work, to learn more about the Krelok and to build a bond of trust with it. Over the next few weeks, Dr. Carter continued to visit the Krelok. Each time, she brought more food and observed the creature's behavior. She spoke to it softly, using calm and soothing tones. The Krelok began to recognize her and even allowed her to get closer. The team was amazed at the bond that was forming between the two. One day, as Dr. Carter sat near the Krelok, she noticed something extraordinary. The creature began to mimic her movements, tilting its head when she did, and even making soft, almost purring noises. Dr. Carter realized that the Krelok was trying to communicate in its own way. She responded by gently tapping the ground, and the Krelok did the same. The team decided to test the bond between Dr. Carter and the Krelok. They set up a scenario where they simulated a threat to see how the Krelok would react. As the simulated threat approached Dr. Carter, the Krelok immediately moved to her side, shielding her with its massive body. It let out a low growl, warning the threat to stay away. The test confirmed what Dr. Carter had suspected. The Krelok had accepted her as part of its pack. It was no longer just a wild beast. It was a protector. The team was in awe of the connection that had been formed. With the bond between Dr. Carter and the Krelok established, the team began to explore new possibilities. They realized that the Krelok could be more than just a guardian of the planet. It could be a bridge between humans and the creatures of Oruna. The team worked to ensure that this bond was respected and nurtured. As time passed, more Kreleks appeared, curious about the humans. The bond between species grew stronger, and soon the once feared creatures became allies. Dr. Carter's approach of understanding and respect had turned a potential threat into a powerful friendship, showing that even the most dangerous creatures could be tamed with patience and empathy.